welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought it would be very exciting to do a fun little story time about the time that I was in Primerica. We all make mistakes, and I just wanted to come on here and just share that nobody's perfect, including myself, and that we all make mistakes. Just as long as you bounce back from them and just have a positive outlook is all that matters. But if you do like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any more questions regarding Primerica, just go ahead and let me know down in the comments, and I'll make sure to go ahead and answer them for you. Whew. All right, so before I get into my experience, I did want to go ahead and share a little bit things about the company itself. Now, the company itself has been around since 1977, and all this information I did pull from their website. You could just type in Primerica and it tells you all the information. Now, this is of 2020. I don't know how it'll change in the future, but as of right now, this is pretty much all the information that I got. So they do have insurance options. It is not a scam. The company is legit. They do offer services such as insurance, auto, home, stocks where you can invest, annuities, retirement plans. So pretty much, and I'm gonna be looking down because I have my notes. They pretty much help families to better become financially stable and just have that option so they don't have to do a GoFundMe page or car washes or none of that. Pretty much to join, it costs $99 plus a $25 ongoing fee and it's online. It says for their online support system fee. And then the classes that you take, because you do have to take classes in order to get licensed, in order to make money. Those classes are technically free, but I think that the money goes towards all that. The book's free, everything's free, and the classes were so annoying. They were so boring. They were long. I think it was like 2 or 3 days long, like from 9 in the morning till like 4 or something. It got dark, and I was there for a long time, and it was just so mentally draining. But anyways, that's pretty much about the company. They just sell life insurance and all that stuff. My boyfriend and I decided to join together because if you try to do Primerica by yourself, it's really hard to succeed. Even doing it with someone else is very hard to succeed. My boyfriend and I did Primerica when we were seniors in high school, so this is before, pretty much around this time. Honestly, around this time is when we did Primerica, and up until around prom. But yeah, we decided to do it together because, like I said, was easier for both of us to do it, and that's what everybody recommended us to do, so we said why not. We still had our jobs. Okay, so pretty much how it works is, like, I don't know if you guys have seen on Instagram, because they just market through Instagram. That's how they market for Primerica. It's like, oh, do you want to make $2,000 to $5,000? Are you guys looking for work? Yes, I know of someone. No, I don't know someone, blah blah. You know what I'm talking about. So pretty much the meetings, they do like, oh, this person was a success story. They were doing this, and now they're making almost $1 million doing it. You can do it too, and blah, blah, blah. It was just so motivating and so pumping. And yeah, it was the same speeches every single time, but with different speakers. Because keep in mind, that was part of our job. We had to go to the meetings every week. Whoever's interested to come down and see what's up. If not, they try to do one-on-one meetings, whichever one comes first. Yeah, so pretty much if you're licensed, when they have those meetings where it's all hyped and stuff, that's when people actually get paid. So that is legit. Like, it actually is legit. And then, like, let's say like I recruited like 3 other people and they came, like we would try and to get those people to join our team. So like my boyfriend and I had our own team, and we had to keep the point of Primerica is to recruit people onto your team so they can recruit other people, so they can recruit sales for us. And yeah, so the work trickles down. Pretty much just join. You pay the fee and you join. That's pretty much how you join Primerica. And then the next day, right after, you begin to work, and pretty much thereon after. I had us make a list of our friends and family, also known as warm clientele. Those are people that are supposedly the easiest to talk to, and like you can. So I cut off, I don't know what part specifically, but pretty much I was just saying how about warm clientele. So for us, the clientele part was very hard because, like I had mentioned earlier, we did join around this time and we were still seniors in high school, and the only people that we knew were obviously our family, and then we had a bunch of friends, and those friends, so yeah, it was just kind of hard because they were young, and then we were trying to do it, and it was just hard because we were 18 and a lot of people weren't that didn't want to do it. So yeah, anyways, So we make the list, whatever, and we have all the people. Okay, we call them up, and you just do it over and over again. They call them up. Our mentors did all the work for us for the beginning. Our mentors were so like, okay, let's do it, you guys can do it, let's do it. But hindsight, they want to do it so they can get their promotions. Even though you guys get promotions, even though it was a win-win for everyone, they at the end wanted to get their own promotions, because as long as you succeed, they succeed, and etc, etc, etc. And it goes back to up to the main guy of the whole thing, like I had mentioned earlier. You do have to take classes, and you do have to pass the selling life insurance exam. Now, since Neil and I did together, we both went to classes together, and we would take tests the same day. However, I didn't pass, but Neil did, and they said just as long as he had it for now, that was okay, and we could make money. So we're like, okay, cool. We finally reached everything, like all the milestones and steps. And then if you failed, you had to, and if you wanted to retake the exam, you had to pay, I think it was like 42 or 50. I'm not quite sure how much you had to pay, but you had to pay quite a lot to take it again and again and again if you didn't pass. After that, we kept going to the meetings every single day, and then every month or once a month, they would have meetings at a different office with different people. And we got to be with millionaires. But the office that we went to was really, really bougie compared to the one that where we were at. And the office that we were with, the people that we were working with, did not like the other office. So it created you could just feel the tension when we went to that meeting, the once a month meeting. When we went to that monthly meeting at that other guy's place, it was a competition to go on this trip. And they're always having competitions to go on trips to the Bahamas or Georgia or Cancun or Miami. And they have all these trips to motivate, obviously, their salesmen to try to hit those numbers, and they can go on the cruise. So that's pretty much all we talked about, like, oh, hit those numbers, come on, you guys want to go to the cruise, like, let's go. And then if we would have won the trip, then our mentors got to go because we were under their umbrella, and then whoever was under our umbrella and that made the sale, then we would get to go, and etc, etc, etc. Then fast forward, it was around April and prom, so it took us about 2 months to finally get promoted to where we were finally gonna be making money, the money that they claimed. When we got our award, it was the day of prom, before prom, so that's what we were doing in the morning, all morning, and I only had a few hours. We both had a few hours to get ready. So overall, I do consider the first part easy, and by the first part, I mean either getting your team or getting your sales. And then this is where we kind of started seeing a lot of problems within Primerica. Now, the company itself was okay, like, it's whatever, it's just the way they do things was not okay with us. The first thing we began to notice was how strict and pushy our mentors began to become with us. They were very strict with how things had to be, how we had to post certain things, how they had to be set a exact certain way. You couldn't give away too much information, and yada yada yada. If someone wanted to know more and more about the business, you weren't able to really say what you guys specifically do. We weren't able to say that we sell life insurance. You just had to try to get them to come in person so you can explain to them and hopefully try to lure them in as well. We never really did anything on our own. There was always someone there with us, even after we got our stuff. And then they kept telling us to make different social media accounts so we can try to reach more people, and then also make flyers and tag them in different parts of the area. So like Los Angeles, if anybody's in Los Angeles County looking for work, then hit me up. Anybody in Fontana, etc, etc. And then we had to like follow a bunch of random people, send a bunch of people random stuff. And then we would go to the office thinking that we would actually work, but we would actually sit down and spend so much time on Instagram making posts and talking and reaching out to literally complete strangers online, just hoping that they would want to join our company. And then over time, since they were the same speeches and the meetings were ran, the once a week meetings were ran the same way, it did become very, very, very boring to hear. It became very annoying to hear the same music, the same exact sounds, like same exact thing. The only thing that did change were the people who said certain things, but other than that, and who was on the top for the week or whatever, but other than that, everything just stayed the same, and it was just getting really boring to us. We also began to notice there was a lot of people who had been there since literally a year, 2 years, 3 years, and they were in the same position as we were. They had not passed their exam, they were not making any money, they had been putting all this hard work, and they were just still in the same spot. And then there was a bunch of other people who were even at the top or almost getting to the top. They had been there for quite some time. And they really don't care about your work or school schedule. They say they work around your schedule, but in reality they don't, because they just want to try to get the numbers, and they want to try to hit by they have certain dates they want to try to hit. And obviously, if you're trying, even though you're trying to do part-time, it really isn't, because you can't really work. You know, if you have homework or work, you can't you have to be there. You're expected to be there regardless. It started to become very toxic, as everyone very competitive. As I had mentioned earlier, the office that we were with and the other office that we went to was really bougie, so there was a lot of beef, and then beef between the own teams, and that own office that we were in had beef. So it's just a toxic environment all around, and we just didn't like that. And then we also realized that it's not really something you can call your own business or take away home. It's not really yours until you make it all the way to the tippity top. And then to keep making money, they would recycle the sales that they had made 2-3 months, weeks before. They would recycle them, so they would continue to make commission off, because I believe on the website it says that you can make up to 95% commission on a sale. That's why they bougie, that's why they ball in, because it's 95% commission, up to 95%. So those are the reasons why we decided to just leave and just stop going. And honestly, after we left, I forgot to mention, when we were there, one of the people who was at the top, and since, like I said, we had gotten promoted, so our names popped up and we actually walked by, one of the people messaged me saying if I wanted to join, even though I was already in it. And it made me think, they just recruit anybody and they don't pay attention to nothing. Like, they don't pay attention to they don't care. To them, you're just a number. You're just to get them to where they have to be. It's not really helping people out. It's more of trying to get to the top. We both decided to just stop going. And then, like I had mentioned earlier, we had hit what we had to hit, but we didn't get that check until almost a year later. Yeah. So overall, my thoughts of Primerica is that it's kind of whatever. The company itself is like, I think it's a good company if you're trying to really get a hold of your financial things. But like I said, there's so many different companies, and it's just so important to do your research. And that's why I'm providing this video, because I know when I was trying to do Primerica and there was hardly any testimonies or someone that went really into depth. I know I don't really go fully into depth, but I kind of talk about the main picture, big picture idea. For the average person who's interested in doing Primerica, I personally do not recommend it, because I honestly think they paint the picture of, you can achieve it so fast, but it's like, you can't really achieve something that fast. It's not, you get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta put in work, which takes time. It's like when you go to the gym and you do 300 crunches in a day, you come home, you look in the mirror, you're not gonna have a six-pack right away. It's over time, through eating, consistency, all this stuff. And I think they market it as, okay, let's get you rich quick type of thing, Everybody's experience is different. I know so many people who join it and then don't do it. There's more people who leave than stay and be successful. Like I said, the people that have stayed, they have been there for a long time. So you don't make money while you're there unless you have your license. But overall, I do not regret my experience doing Primerica. I thought it was a nice way to learn different things, so they teach you all the financial aspects. So I did learn all about that stuff. The book that they give you is free and you get to keep. I threw it away because I just didn't see a need for it. Just talked about the terms of life insurance, and I was just like, I threw it away. However, you can look up this information online, read a bunch of books about financial, or take a class in college, or just take classes, or just research it more on the internet where it is free. I learned about the different marketing techniques, also too, just how they do different things and just how I would want to be marketed. Now, I didn't like the way they did their own thing, but I personally got a few tips and tricks. And then I also met millionaires, which is actually pretty cool, and people who were making almost $1 million. So it's actually pretty cool to be in that environment and just be around people who were millionaires and that were your average person and now are success, you know, the American dream. That's when I first realized that I actually wanted something of my own to own, and that I wanted my own business and just to have something to my name and something that I am proud of. But yeah, it's pretty much my experience. We were only there for like 2 months. I do not recommend anybody who is interested in doing it, and if you're in it now or you're thinking about doing it, just save your time and hassle and just don't do it. Just focus on yourself. I really hope this video helped you guys out and just had any questions or doubts or suspicions about it. Hopefully this kind of, if you ever did or have, this kind of helps you guys out. That's pretty much it for this video. If you guys are not subscribed already, go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Feeling blessed.